I know you all join me in thanking Gerry Vandermeer, Greg Howard, Paul Chartier, and the Rotary Club of Lexington for coming up with the idea for First Responders Week. Let's give them a big hand. Let's give it up for everybody. So we should all get ready. May 22nd through the 26th, all of our merchants, restaurants, and schools are invited to join together to give our first responders a week they'll never forget. It's easy to participate. Go to LexingtonFirstResponders.com to learn more and to sign up. Now, I know as mayor there are a lot of citizens who'd like to have the opportunity that I have this morning, and that is the opportunity to thank all of our first responders. Thank you for keeping our city safe, for putting your lives on the line. Thank you, Gerry. For the sacrifices you and your family make every day. Thank you. Our citizens appreciate you. They tell me about it. They tell me about it every day. For our citizens, public safety is our first priority, and that's also true for me and for members of our city council. In our city budget, year after year, public safety is number one. Since 2011, we've invested more than $2 billion in public safety. That's equipment, trucks and cruisers, a helicopter, and even the horses we see here today. Equipment, and you all know this, that equipment is not inexpensive. That's the bottom line. It's also necessary if we want our first responders to be able to do their jobs well. Now, Ronnie Bastin, who's our former police chief and now our Commissioner of Public Safety, Ronnie does a great job of advocating for our officers, for our firefighters, for all of public safety and what they need. Ronnie's worked with many of the first responders who are here today, and I'm going to ask him to give all the introductions. Commissioner? Yes, sir.
Well, thank you, Mayor Gray, and thank you for your continued support of public safety in Lexington. Your support, along with the support of council, lets us be the quality public safety organization that we are here in Fayette County. What a pleasure it is to be here today to introduce the many hardworking first responders we have in Lexington and Fayette County. Our first responders take hundreds of thousands of calls for service each year. They run towards danger when others are running away. They put out fires, treat the injured, plan for disaster, make our schools safe, uphold the law, and contribute to the quality of life in our community. As first responders, we have the pleasure of working together every day. So we're very grateful to stand alongside each other here today to be recognized. At this time, I'd like to recognize the agencies that are represented here this morning. They all have representatives that are standing behind me. I'm not going to mention them by name, but I'll mention the office or the agency. First off, the Office of the Fayette County Sheriff, the Lexington Fire and Emergency Services, Lexington Police Department, Lexington Enhanced 911, Lexington Emergency Management, Lexington Fayette County Community Corrections, Lexington Animal Care and Control, the University of Kentucky Police, Transylvania University Police, Fayette County Public Schools Law Enforcement, and the Bluegrass Airport Police and Fire Department. As Commissioner of Public Safety, I can proudly say that Lexington has one of the most dynamic and hard-working public safety teams in this country. And for that, I thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner. Well, I'm going to introduce a fellow next who a lot of you know because he has been involved in so many of the good things that have gone on in our community in Lexington for a number of years, and that's Gerry Vandermeer. And Gerry is president of the Rotary Club this year. And Gerry, why don't you tell us a little bit more about Rotary's decision for this week? For first responders.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. Welcome. Mayor Jim Gray, Commissioner Ronnie Bastin, heads of the various agencies. other dignitaries that are here today, collectively known as the First Responders. My name is Gerry Vandermeer, and I'm privileged to presently serve as president of the Rotary Club of Lexington. With me today is our president-elect, Paul Tuning, our executive director, Peggy Trafton, and our president-elect for 2018-19, Sharon Reed. Along with other members, thank you. Along with these members of our Rotary Club, we are here today to announce an initiative and an idea that hopefully will recognize the actions and selflessness of individuals whose actions are all too often unnoticed. But before we speak about our planned support of first responders, I hope that you won't mind my sharing with you briefly what Rotary is all about and how we engage the community. Rotary itself is an organization whose principal motto is service above self. We're always looking at different ways where we can support the community. Founded in Chicago in 1905, Rotary is the largest and oldest service organization in the world, with approximately 35,000 clubs and now 1.25 million members. It is the fifth most giving civic organization in the world. Our club here in Lexington celebrated a century of service to the community in 2015 and is the 21st largest club with 350 members. Like all Rotary clubs, membership is comprised of businessmen and women of diverse backgrounds who volunteer their time and focus to form meaningful relationships, exchange ideas like we're here today for, and to take action in order to serve a diversity of humanitarian causes. Due to their focus given to service, both Mayor Gray and Commissioner Bastin were bestowed honorary memberships in the Lexington Rotary Club. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise. We do many things around the world, from promoting peace and understanding, fighting disease, providing clean water, providing for the needs of mothers and children, supporting education as we do here in Lexington, and growing local economies. Rotary's single largest project is polio eradication. There were over 35,000 cases of polio reported in 1985 alone. Through years of persistent attention and Rotary's funding to eradicate this disease, and with the combined help of the U.S. Congress and the Bill and Linda Gates Foundation, we're very close to seeing this disease completely eradicated. Thus far this year, through the beginning of May, there are only 5 reported cases in the world. When completely eradicated, it will be only the second disease ever to have been ended. Locally, the following represent but a few of the programs and organizations that we have supported. Rotary has always been involved with the treatment of children suffering with mobility and health issues, and we have worked alongside with the beginning of the Easter Seals campaign and the startup of Cardinal Hill Hospital. With regards to education, we have provided scholarships in the hundreds and thousands of dollars over the years to high school seniors throughout Lexington community. We're involved in mentoring and reading programs, have collaborated with Lexington Fayette Urban County Government Schools to conduct youth leadership development programs and youth exchange programs. Our single largest fundraising event, Dancing with the Lexington Stars, will be held at the end of this week. This great fundraiser benefits Surgery on Sunday, an inspirational program of doctors and nurses in our community that assists those in our community who do not have the insurance or financial ability to pay for much needed surgery. From this single event alone, we've contributed over $350,000 to this organization. And finally, hold on to your hats. Rodeo's coming up. Father's Day weekend. It's something we started 3 years ago. And the proceeds of that goes directly to serving over 22 other non-for-profit organizations, one of them being Toyota Bluegrass Miracle League, the wonderful ballpark where children with disabilities get to play alongside other peers, just like other kids do at ballparks, and dream of baseball. Now, Rotary already has a rich history connection with the first responders, going back 40 years ago. Rotary was at the forefront of advocating for many first responded-related initiatives, including help with establishment of the city's first paramedic ambulance program in 1978. In 1981, we were involved with getting the 911 program through a number of doctors who were Rotarians. We also sponsored CPR training for thousands in the community at large. and the successful implementation of AEDs, automatic electronic defibrillators, placed in areas with high densities of people. When we think of service, first responders clearly live a life of dedication and service to so many. Recently, a group of Rotarians realized the need to do something for this special group of individuals who they felt deserved our club's and community's attention. At this time, I wish to ask Paul Chartier to come to the podium to share with you our club's newest initiative.
I will be brief. I want to talk about the week of First Responder Week, but I want to let you know these heroes are in our community, and every day they leave their homes and they don't know what they're about to embark upon. From Kevin Franklin from the UK Police, who delivered a baby last August. Who would have thought that morning you'd be a baby doctor? To Greg Moravchik, who left his home a few weeks ago, did not know what would be happening on Transy's campus, and thankfully and quickly put an incident to rest with very few people getting hurt. So thank you very much for that. To firefighter Shannon Eisen, who while being deployed, pulled 4 people out of a burning vehicle, from under a burning vehicle, and won the Silver Star. These people are in our community. They're heroes every single day. We're surrounded by them, and it's our honor to recognize them the week of May 22nd to the 26th, that for any local business that wants to provide a discount to them, they can go to LexingtonFirstResponders.com, enter whatever kind of discount or gift that they want to provide to these first responders, honor them that week. Also, we have local school children writing letters that will be delivered to the firehouses and the police that week. We are very excited about this. This is going to be an ongoing annual event that next year, each of these agencies behind me is going to be nominating someone who exemplifies the Rotary service before self, and a plaque will be given to that agency with that person's name on it every single year with a new nominee, and we are glad to be part of this initiative to honor our first responders in Lexington. Thank you. Next up is Greg Howard from the Lexington Rotary.
I was just going to say, Greg Howard and our retired captain on our police force.
No, and I'll be real brief.
Sir.
Hey, good morning. And I'll be really brief. When I started the police department in 1977, I chose that job to be a public servant, to serve the Lexington community. I haven't really joined anything since I've been in Lexington all those years until last year when I joined the Lexington Rotary Club. And I did that so I could continue to serve. And I find that they are exactly what they say they are. The Lexington Rotary Club is exactly what they say they are. They are people, they're a group of people who want to serve the Lexington community, and they're doing that. And I find that these folk behind me, first responders, are public servants. I know them all, almost, and probably a little bit about all of them, but a lot of them very well. I've worked with them. And I just want to say thank you to them, and it's always nice to be able to give a little encouragement. That's the plan here, to give a little encouragement, a little incentive for doing a really tough job. So we appreciate our first responders. We appreciate the mayor for coming out and allowing us to organize this, and Sherelle for helping me put this together, and for Paul, my co-chair, and for Gerry, the Rotary Club president. We thank you, and we're more than willing to stay around and answer questions. I know everybody's probably on a tight schedule, but we're willing to stay here and answer questions if you need to. But thanks so much for coming, and we're just so honored to be able to honor our folk, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah, okay. I was just going to say, you know, there were a couple of words that were inspiring. Heroes, public servants. And I want to thank the citizen soldiers who are here, who are putting this together. It's been their inspiration to pull this together for our first responders.